Hi, I'm Meg, she, her pronouns. I identify as pansexual. That's something that hasn't always been easy for me to say, and I found a lot of positive mental health through talking to others about their hardships. And with that, I've created this game of bingo. Now, it's not your typical bingo, and I've got a few people here today that are going to have a play, and let's see how we go. So here we have a game of bingo. There's a board, there's your Sharpie. So bingo today on this card is just if you have more than 5 crossed.
Oh, where do you start? Yeah, I've just had a lot of time to experience almost all of these things.
Yes. Yes. Show the camera your bingo card. So bingo! Would you like to tell us a little bit about your bingo card?
I can probably tick all of these confidently. I guess started it off being called derogatory name. I'd say I've got pretty tough skin. It's more so annoying than like actually hurts, it gets to me.
The bigotry on social media is so real. I try to be understanding to a point. If they're just being straight up rude, then I don't have time for that. But if they're actually like not educated, then I try to be accommodating.
Yeah, that's kind of it. Like, I don't tend to engage in a lot of like the social media homophobic sort of stuff, but also I'm very grateful that most people I know are very supportive of the queer community.
Like, I'm 40-something years old now. I feel like I've got pretty tough skin. I can respond quickly to things, but I do worry about the impacts that has on other members of the community who have not been out for as long, maybe not have had as many experiences in that space.
Who cares, honestly? Like, tomorrow is another day. Today is today. Let me be me. That's what I say.
Being called by your dead name, yes, every day at home. Yeah, it's a pretty common occurrence.
I guess I've learned to build a thick skin when it comes to it, especially being misgendered as well.
I've been misgendered, yes.
People don't look at me and assume that I'm a guy, which, you know, I don't care about.
I do constantly get misgendered and dead named, but that's because I'm not out to everyone. It's fine if it's on accident. Like, if you don't know any better or you forgot, I'm not gonna judge you for that. But if you do it on purpose, it is a problem and it hurts a lot.
So I'm bisexual. Bisexual was kind of seen as it was a bit of a dirty word. You know, it was almost like you couldn't choose. You couldn't choose whether, you know, you're lesbian or you're straight. It's just like, just choose one.
I actually got put down at a queer event once I attended because when I shared that I was bisexual, that I was told that that's not an acceptable identity anymore. So that was a bit shocking to receive that from someone in the queer community.
I feel also because I like to dress in a feminine way, or I like to do a lot of makeup. Some people tell me that I'm just confused or that I'm not a real trans person, like in the stereotypic binary way. Yeah, I have a feeling that a lot of people also think that people like me are just faking it for attention. It's like not great attention, so I feel like I don't need that in my life.
Being told it's just a phase, most people have. It's a very common occurrence, unfortunately.
I remember when I was only in primary school, I was on my way to soccer practice and I told my dad I might be bisexual. And he said, "Oh, you're a bit young to know that." And I was like, in my head, I was like, well, if I told you I liked a girl, then you'd be like, oh, cool. Like,
Yeah, I feel like a lot of queer people have been told it's just a phase. It's not a phase. It's a part of my identity as a trans woman, and it's not a phase.
I have been asked many times in the bathrooms what's downstairs. And again, also the question of, have you had surgery?
Like, have you had the surgery? Surgery, you get asked that all the time. People are obsessed with what you've got, what you don't have. And who really cares what you got, what you don't have, except for yourself?
Just a side note, you don't need any surgeries to be valid. That's bullshit.
I've definitely been made to feel like my identity is a disease because I'm Catholic, and conversations around transgender people in Catholic spaces, especially on social media, are very hostile. And the way that people talk about it, like influential people, they call it a mental illness, basically. And it makes me feel like there's something wrong with me. But when I'm in like vocally affirming Christian spaces, or specifically queer Christian spaces, I feel normal and I feel safe.
Being unsafe in public spaces is honestly a thing that I've experienced a lot, especially in places I'm unfamiliar with.
I don't think there's necessarily been a safer time. I think it's looked different. And I think that there's been times when I was much younger where I felt a lot more intimidated and a lot more concerned about being out.
I will find myself avoiding going out at night as much as possible because it feels dangerous.
I've definitely had to come out more than once. Everyone has. It's not just a one-time thing. It never will be.
I usually come out online because I feel like it's safer. And if someone were to not accept me, I feel like it's better if I come out over text message than in person, because I want to make sure that I'm safe when I come out.
Like, you can't just sit everybody you know in front of you and just be like, hey, you know, I mean, you could, but you're going to meet new people. Those people are going to leave. So you can't really just tell once and be done with it, unfortunately, as much as some of us wish they could.
I lived for a lot of my life as a lesbian before coming out as a trans man. Definitely when I started identifying as trans and coming out as trans in that space, I had to hit the repeat button every day, go, actually, these are my pronouns and these are my pronouns and this is who I am, this is what, you know.
I think the bad behavior is used by a generational gap. We had a conversation, I think it was definitely before I came out, and she was going on about trans people and drag queens and all this sort of like very derogatory stuff. And I was like, ooh, okay. But also catching myself that I'm like, I am very pro-queer, regardless of anything else. But she just wouldn't listen.
I'm really comfortable talking about my sexuality with younger generation, but I'm still really cautious with who I am open to about my sexuality with people of my generation, my age group, and those older than me.
You got bingo, which is more than 5. How many did you get?
11.
11, wow.
Yeah, there was 14.
Yeah, all of them.
Do you mind showing us your bingo card?
Yep.
All right.
It's all but 2.
All but 2.
Just double checking. Yep. Bingo.
As you can see, bingo was quite common. While some of these things may seem harmless to you, they can be quite impactful to others. Everyone has the right to be themselves and to feel safe. I'm asking you to think twice about identity, and while yours might be socially accepted, you don't need to be someone else's bingo square.